Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5
best Ryzen laptops.
Starting at number 5.
Microsoft Surface Pro. The best 2-in-1 tablet we've tested is the Microsoft Surface Pro 8, 2021. This versatile tablet form factor makes the Surface Pro one of the best laptops for home use. You can detach the keyboard to make it easier to hold or save space, like on a kitchen counter, and pop it back on when you need to type something out. Its 3:2 display looks sharp, gets bright enough to combat glare, and has a 120 Hz refresh rate to make pen input feel more responsive. Above the display sits an excellent 1080p webcam and a Windows Hello IR camera for quick logins. The keyboard feels good to type on, although you need to buy it separately, and the same goes for the stylus. The battery lasts only around 7 hours of light use, but luckily, the power adapter is fairly compact, and you can also charge via its USB-C/Thunderbolt 4 ports. As this is a model from 2021, there's already a newer version, the Surface Pro 9. It's essentially the same device but with faster Intel 12th Gen processors. The Surface Pro 9 is easier to find, but if you don't need the performance increase, you can save a good chunk of cash with the Surface Pro 8 since it's an older device and often on sale.
Coming at number 4.
Lenovo Chromebook C340. If you want to spend as little as possible, get the Lenovo Chromebook C340 15, 2020, a 15.6-inch 2-in-1 convertible with a sturdy build and long battery life. You can get this laptop with an Intel Core i3 or Pentium Gold CPU, both of which are getting a little long in the tooth but still powerful enough to provide a smooth experience on Chrome OS. That said, you can only get a maximum of 4 GB of memory, so limit the number of applications or Chrome tabs you open simultaneously. As with most budget-friendly laptops, the display is where Lenovo makes some compromises. Its IPS panel doesn't get very bright, meaning you'll have trouble with visibility in very well-lit environments, and due to its narrow color gamut, most content looks slightly washed out. Images and text look decently sharp, and there's plenty of screen real estate for split-screen multitasking. The keyboard feels great to type on, and while the touchpad is small, it tracks all movements and gestures well.
At number 3.
Acer Swift 3 Intel. The best budget laptop we've tested is the Acer Swift 314, 2020. Acer's Swift models aren't exactly considered budget and are usually more expensive. However, this is an older model from 2020, so the price has decreased considerably, making it a great value. You can get it with an Intel 11th Gen Core i5 or i7 CPU and up to 16 GB of memory and 512 GB of storage. The Intel 11th Gen CPUs are a few years old but fast enough for general productivity tasks. The battery also lasts over 13 hours on a full charge. It has a nice FHD IPS display, a decent keyboard, and a wide port selection, including 2 USB-As, 1 USB-C/Thunderbolt 4, a full-size HDMI, and a headphone jack. The webcam is our only major complaint. Its exposure is too low, and the microphone sounds staticky.
Number 2 of my list.
Apple 2022 MacBook. If you only need a laptop for light tasks like text processing, web browsing, and video playback, get the Apple MacBook Air 13, 2022, instead, one of the best laptops for home use we've tested. Replacing the very popular Apple MacBook Air 13, M1, 2020, this M2 model has a fresh new design, a better 1080p webcam, and a more powerful SoC. The main drawback is its limited port selection, as it's still limited to 2 USB-C/Thunderbolt 3 ports with support for one external display only, although the new MagSafe charging port frees up the USB-C you would otherwise use for charging. A larger alternative would be the newly released Apple MacBook Air 15, 2023. It's the same laptop as the 13-inch MacBook Air but with a 15.3-inch display and better speakers. The larger display makes multitasking easier, and you get more room on the keyboard deck to rest your wrist. Also, unlike the 13-inch model, you get an M2 chip with 10 GPU cores without upgrading to the more expensive model with a larger 512GB SSD. This all comes with a price increase of $200 over the 13-inch model.
And number 1.
Apple 2023 MacBook. The best laptop we've tested is the Apple MacBook Pro 14, 2023. This premium mobile workstation has a sturdy build, plenty of processing horsepower for demanding tasks, and all-day battery life. It also provides an excellent user experience with its sharp 120Hz mini LED display, spacious keyboard, and gigantic, easy-to-use touchpad. The speakers are among the best on the market. The same can be said about the webcam. The display has full DCI-P3 coverage and superb factory calibration, making it suitable for color-critical work like video editing. You get plenty of ports, including 3 USB-C/Thunderbolt 4 ports, an HDMI, and a full-size SD card reader. If you want more screen space and don't mind paying more, you can get the Apple MacBook Pro 16, 2023. It's the same device but with better-sounding speakers and a slightly longer battery life. A Windows alternative to the MacBook Pro 14 is the Dell XPS 15, 2023. Like the MacBook Pro, it's also a premium laptop that provides a great user experience. It's available with Intel 13th Gen H series CPUs and NVIDIA GeForce RTX 40 series GPUs, up to a 4070. These CPUs and GPUs can easily handle demanding workloads. Plus, you can play more games than on a MacBook since there are more Windows games, and you'll have access to features like DLSS, ray tracing, and frame generation. There are a couple of downsides. It has a bad 720p webcam and fewer ports, and its keyboard gets uncomfortably hot under load. Also, you can only get this laptop with a 60Hz display.
Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.